StarDuck is well aware of this as well, and he has been looking into a lot of PvZ builds that can hopefully counter GogojOey's style, or just be something that he's not expecting.
Well, isn't that the problem though? GogojOey is part of this Bermuda Triangle.
Yes.
Trying to figure out his style is tricky. It's not something you can just prepare for.
There's somebody call it was wait, what was that, man?
What?
I don't what's up? Yeah.
Explain the joke you were going for, Yaku.
I was gonna be like, it's tricky like that one song from the 80s, but we're on 2000s atmosphere, so it doesn't apply.
What song from the 80s?
It's tricky, you know?
No, I don't. What song are you talking about?
You know, it's tricky.
Which band? Which artist are you talking about here?
It had a D in it.
Hold on.
Run DMC.
Okay, we're just investigating this. It's
All right. Well,
tricky.
that goes down. We are going to be starting on 2000s atmosphere. LE, not 80s atmosphere. That's going to be a different map next season. In the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way to the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player coming down for the land of Hong Kong. He is going to be representing himself as he's currently teamless. We have the aggressive Zerg GogojOey.
And in the northeast corner of the map, representing... Wait, it says it's teamless in the...
Yeah, he's teamless, but I mean, yeah, his clan's fine for justice.
Representing the fight for justice and the land of Australia are being Protoss is the Duck of the Stars himself, StarDuck. Fuck.
Is StarDuck the second
that was
StarCraft?
StarDuck flying around in space, by the way. That was the that
Ah.
was going for the effect.
Is StarDuck the second in command of Starkiller in the Starkiller opera? Are they opponents?
No, they're a different franchise. They're a different franchise. One is like it's like DC and Marvel. They're a different like universe.
Yeah.
Cinematic universe.
Every now and then you might have writers wanting to cross over, but it's rare.
Because StarDuck is more like a comedy type thing, space comedy, you know?
Yeah.
Guardians of the
It's
Galaxy
like,
type thing.
Yeah, it's like
But-
Duck Dodgers. from Looney
Yeah,
Tunes.
yeah, like Space Jams type of stuff. But Starkiller is more like a classic like space opera, space rock opera type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
It's a bit more dramatic.
yeah,
It's,
it's more
has a bit more
dramatic.
action scenes.
Yeah, a little less humor and more, you know, drama and action and hardcore. I mean, he's walking around space killing stars. It's pretty, you know,
Yeah, it's hard to make
dark.
that lighthearted.
Literally,
Yeah.
it's literally dark. It's kill the star. You kill the stars. There's no star anymore. There's no light. It is dark. You know, is what I'm saying.
Is he the final boss?
No, he's just the beginning. that's the tagline. There's no light. It's dark.
That's not the tagline. That's like one of the audience's critique of the musical, or the critics like one-liner of the musical. Like, I was sitting there, but like the lights weren't working.
The theater just dark all the time. I didn't understand. I couldn't see the show.
Meanwhile, StarDuck is he's doing LATAM things. I was gonna say doing just typical Protoss things, grabbing that Stargate opening. That is an early fleet beacon.
Yeah.
And I'm actually a little bit worried here, Light. I know that StarDuck was watching.
I'm not light. I'm not light.
Yeah? Dark? I know. Okay, listen, I know that StarDuck. I'm a little bit worried for StarDuck here, Dark. I know that he has been watching ESL Asia earlier on today. And afterwards, we spoke to him a little bit, and he said, I feel inspired for PvC. That's the second Stargate on the way, and there is the Tempest. Parting the Dark just a couple hours ago, and StarDuck told us he was taking notes.
No, did GogojOey take notes? Is GogojOey realizing what's a-coming? I mean, wait, hold on. Can we see what animation does the Fleet Beacon even has when it's researching? Like, I wouldn't even be able to tell the difference, because that thing never researches anything unless you're going Phoenix, and then if you're going Mass Phoenix, you kind of assume there's going to be the Mass Phoenix, the Phoenix research, so you don't really need to scout it. It's like it's like the ball is wobbling a little bit. But that's it. Like,
you really do have to zoom in like that. Thank you, Kuro.
It's that was weird. And the Queens are on the march. It's a lot of anti-air, but Tempests, they outranged the Queens.
Yeah, they slightly outranged the Queens, but you can also really start taking advantage of the dead air with the Tempest. Now his hand is a little bit revealed, and GogojOey, he's got to be scratching his head right now.
Tempests? They're not even foxy. They're just Tempests.
Yeah.
What are you going for here?
I don't. Is this a theme? Do you lose a bet?
Alright, so two Tempests can two-shot one Queen, basically. Yeah. Without unless it gets transfused, then it takes 3 shots. We've learned something today. Well, I've learned something today that I didn't know before because I've never seen it happen.
Yeah, something along those lines. Just start to fire whatever you get.
You think about just spark these two Tempests, you know, out the back there, and just let them do their thing. You don't even need to micro them. Just. Oh no, it's 3 Tempests.
Yeah, there really isn't much for GogojOey to do from here, and
it just opened up his own door. Did you see that? He killed the shield battery, just like.
He needed space, you know. The Tempests can fly, but
because now they do extra damage to buildings with that upgrade thingy.
They do something coil. I don't quite remember there. Look at that.
Hey, what was that upgrade they gave Tempest?
Something coil. It does more damage against.
No. The red thing, the red attack special attack thing. They had an ability that does something. I don't remember. It was like only for one patch, and then we were like, no, we don't want that.
I think I purged that from my memory.
Look how fast they're killing a hatchery.
Every time a volley of Tempest fires, the health bar changes a different color here. That is how quickly they kill buildings, and GogojOey was completely blindsided. He thought StarDuck was just going... He thought he was doing typical Zerg things.
But Corruptors are coming out. They do bonus damage against Tempest.
Massive units, yeah.
I think StarDuck recalled 2 of the Tempests.
Yeah, I think one of them did go down, but StarDuck realized, oh no, I am too far on your side of the map right now. These Corruptors are a lot more maneuverable than my Tempests, and I don't really have much of a buffer for them.
The thing is, StarDuck denied GogojOey's 4th base, but 3rd base is up and running. And now GogojOey is in a position to use these
Corruptors!
He doesn't have enough Tempests! He doesn't have enough Tempests to one-shot the Corruptors.
That's starting to get really worrisome. But GogojOey actually not... I feel like he's being a little bit indecisive right now. He decided to completely retreat and commit to the fight. And he does retreat right at the end.
Why are they all shooting one Zergling?
Yeah. Listen, they need to make sure they have one super powerful shot, right? Yeah, the Warriors are in, and it's enough of a buffer for now, but they are split away from the Tempest. Corruptors are trying to get whatever they can get done. Without Flux Veins, it does get a little bit tougher. Avoiding the Corruptors, it's a lot easier for Corruptors to start kiting the Void Rays, but there's just not enough in the sky right now for GogojOey.
That's why they call them Avoid Rays, huh?
What?
Huh? That's why it's Avoid Ray. Because
Yeah, you have a Void Ray. No, but
avoids. It avoids.
But StarDuck has a few Void Rays.
So it's a few avoid rays.
I see what you mean.
Alright, this is way too much corruptors though. I don't think StarDuck can handle this. This is too much.
Oh!
This
That
is
Void Ray came in and noped right out of there. Prismatic alignment slowing it down for a long time. These Tempests very slowly making their way back, and they're trying to fight the Corruptors. But nice couple of pickoffs for GogojOey. Even gets the third Nexus. I say even there we go.
Finally going to go down. And GogojOey has rebuilt the 4th base, taking a 5th base as well now. This was a nice tactic for StarDuck, but GogojOey responded fantastically well. And StarDuck hasn't transitioned out of this. I think by now you kind of need to transition out of the... once you get the Zerg to commit to making a lot of Corruptors, you need to transition out of air. Because now they will have completely dead, supply, army supply. It's army supply that can basically do nothing to you as long as you have some anti-air.
Yeah, that switch hasn't quite been flipped until very, very recently. StarDuck only now starting to finish up his Twilight Council. Meanwhile, GogojOey's finishing up his Infestation Pit Seal.
Yeah, this is not trading well for GogojOey. For StarDuck, sorry.
And honestly, the starters game went really well for him. I think the bane for StarDuck, specifically whenever he faces GogojOey, is the early Roach Queen timing like that, and he was able to deflect that so perfectly, but GogojOey was not blindsided. GogojOey saw the Tempest and said, this is my time. I wanted to make Corruptors for a while, StarDuck. Thank you for letting me do so this game.
Yeah, Kerwin is supplying us with the information that Tempest had that thing where they could just point at a unit and then it does damage over time. That red mist type of thing or something. I vaguely remember. You just needed vision on. Oh, and it also gave you vision or something. It was something like really super buggy.
I lived in blissful ignorance for a while, Steel, but now unfortunately I've been reminded GG is called, and GogojOey a little bit blindsided at the start of that game, but will be taking game number 1. And honestly, really good. And honestly, I really do like what we saw from StarDuck over here. Again, he literally just saw this build this morning.
Yeah.
A couple of hours ago, and he had some good ideas. He was taking down some notes there. So I really like the idea that he was going for the anti-building upgrade, right? To just be able to snipe whatever he can against GogojOey like that. I think the next phase is recognizing when it's time to transition out.
Yeah, and in my mind, the right time to transition is after the Zerg made a lot of Corruptors.
Yep.
Because if you get Stalkers from then on, the Corruptors can't do anything to you, and they're just dead weight. They are useless army supply. You just need to defend against their speeding attack. That's it. That's all you really need.
Really was.
Alright, so Yaganatha is going to be our next map.
But yeah, still refining this. But he's still refining this tactic, this style of Protoss. So hopefully, I mean, it's one more week till NZChamp qualifiers. I would love to see this build utilized again.
It seems that GogojOey also was seeing that, so, kind of knew what was going on.
Apparently.
Alright, everyone. Welcome to Yaganatha LE. We're in the southwest corner of the map, all the way from Hong Kong. It is our Blue Zerg, currently opponent in this best of 3 semifinal. Give it up for GogojOey!
And spawning here in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner, we have the pink Protoss player coming out for the land of Sydney over there by the Sydney Arbor. He is representing Clan Fight for Justice. He is soaring. He is chonky. He is StarDuck.
Yeah. GogojOey going to the pool first. I didn't quite see what number it was. Oh, but StarDuck.
Yeah, was it?
He's getting a forge.
Well, it's a good thing GogojOey went for the pool first then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too early for it wasn't too early of a pool timing, but yeah, it's more for safety than anything. He knows he's played against StarDuck many times. He knows that when StarDuck gets a little bit I want to say desperate here, I think there's a better word to describe that, but you know, when StarDuck's getting a little bit desperate, he will see if he can get a cannon rush down.
Yeah.
But spotting that early pool, he's not gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna be defensively using the cannons, which is really helpful. So it depends on how aggressive GogojOey is going to be. He's already starting to drone up. Yeah, no, looks like he scouted, and it was like, nope. I'd rather stay at home.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, he's just turned around the middle of the map, but yeah, he knows that there are defenses getting set up over here. It wouldn't take too much for StarDuck to make that a solid wall.
Yeah. I mean, there are speed zones in the middle of the map, but the rush distance is still kind of big for slowlings.
Yeah, it definitely is. This map be long.
Also, I opened up It's Tricky by Run DMC. The Penn and Teller are in the video.
I think they are, yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard this.
Ah!
I don't know that song. I didn't recognize the reference even.
Well, you know, it was like the 80s, right? So that was when I was your age.
You were preconceived at that time.
I don't think my parents even met at this point, actually.
Yeah, and you know, 80s. I was born in 1982, so you know, I wasn't even like I was not prepared for Run DMC at the time. I was not Run DMC age at the time.
82. Now that was a year.
It was a year, Yaku.
I don't quite remember what happened that year, but I do remember that StarDuck is. Yeah, well, I mean, you know. But I do remember that StarDuck, he is not one to only go for Stargate-based compositions. Generally always does Stargate-based openings, but just about every Protoss player does that. It's going for a bit of a earlier gateway transition this time.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is pretty resourceful, right? You might as well make use of the earlier forge.
Yeah, you know, you have quick upgrades. It's gonna be Blink as well from StarDuck, which I like. You know, Blink is a thing that's been coming back.
Yeah,
it's been good. It's you know, remember back in the days when it was always Glaive Adepts. When we made StarDuck into a Glaive Adept sprinter salesman driving around the outback of Australia selling Glaive Adept printers.
You want Tic Tacs? I got Tic Tacs. Orange flavor. I don't got any other flavors. Yeah, that's my StarDuck.
Ooh, StarDuck is getting a lot of gates. Yeah.
Plus that robo facility. This is honestly very... We've seen a lot of Glaive Adept rushes, Steel. We've seen a lot of charge rushes. It's been a while since we've seen a Blink rush in PvZ.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how well that's going to work on this map. It's like I can sneak around too much into the enemy base here. I mean, you can kind of... There is a drop zone in the northwest of GogojOey's main base, which is not creep spread, and you can kind of slowly drop there. It looks like StarDuck... Oh, he's rallying towards the south, the natural base.
Oh,
Where's that War Prism? That's War Prism. I'm looking at the War Prism rally.
It's going for the third base, or in between the third and the natural. He should know that the third is up by now, so yeah, he's just gonna be looking to hit that. I have my doubts still. I think Blink will work pretty well against the roaches, but
And there's a Spire coming up.
I'm not too certain on that one. Yeah, and
GogojOey scouts the third base of StarDuck. StarDuck still out of the creep here. Gonna hit GogojOey pretty hard with a lot of stalkers. How many gateways do we have? We have 7 gateways. And 7 warpins every 30 seconds? Question mark? What's the
around there, yeah.
on stalkers?
It's something around there. Our gateways in general. Good transfuse on these spines, but StarDuck is fighting outside of spine range. Forced to pull the boys. Hasn't lost any yet, but now he's really starting to. The Void Ray will go down, but the Void Ray is the least of GogojOey's worries right now.
Yeah. I mean, GogojOey is holding up nicely. Still ahead in workers, because StarDuck pretty much cut worker production.
And now he's actually
back.
ahead, and you know, Blink is pretty good defensively, but speedlings are pretty fast.
Yeah, if GogojOey manages to get us around, the Blink isn't going to be super helpful. Oh, it's a lot of Ravagers.
That it is. If he can find that War Prism, then StarDuck is gonna be scrambling to find a way to sustain this. He is finally starting to chase away the creep, but this is a two-base all-in. Actually does.
Oh.
Thought I missaw that,
by
but
GogojOey.
and now he's going to be completely catching this army. There is an opening that StarDuck utilized to back away, but I fear that it's too late. GogojOey is almost double the army supply here.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, StarDuck does have pretty good gateway production. Stargate gateway.
He does.
Warp gate production. Ugh. Is what I meant to say. But he's not actually making anything right now. He's got the bank. There we go. I think he missed a couple of warping rounds. Just macroing his units
maybe
back home.
Yeah, 1 or 2 maybe,
no.
and
maybe
he's researching
GogojOey is overextending
tights.
here.
Yeah, a little bit. He is very far off creep. The Biles aren't actually helping him too much against Blink. Now it actually lands, but GogojOey is getting completely deflected. Where you have this awkward seesaw steel, or tug of war, if you will.
Pendulum, you mean.
Pendulum, yeah. Why did I go for seesaw to start with? But yeah, StarDuck cannot push too deep.
It's a similar concept.
Yeah, they go up and down. Yeah, StarDuck definitely cannot break GogojOey, but GogojOey cannot break StarDuck. Not without creep, at least. Jagannatha does have speed zones, but it's a pretty long rush distance regardless.
The important thing is that StarDuck is preventing GogojOey from expanding. Only now GogojOey is getting a 4th base, but StarDuck... Wait,
StarDuck isn't really expanding much though either. He is completely all in. He cut pro production and he has not gotten a single building until now.
Was he getting a 3rd base before, or am I confusing it with the previous game?
I don't remember him getting a 3rd base, but I don't trust my memory. I don't trust my memory neither. So,
all right. GogojOey, sorry, StarDuck blinking into the main ramp here.
The Warpins is gonna go down!
Oh,
and StarDuck has lost all his stability here. GogojOey, once he cleans this out, he is gonna comfortably macro up. He doesn't even care Steel. He's actually getting Infestus right now.
Yeah. This trade is going really nice for GogojOey with the way our armor supply. GG is called GogojOey. I don't think he's afraid of StarDuck anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
But compliments to StarDuck for having the courage to use a build he saw earlier today in a tournament, in a semi-final tournament versus a very strong player like GogojOey.
This series definitely felt like, to me anyway, Steel, it definitely felt like StarDuck was testing out builds pretty much. He knows that he's not necessarily favored against somebody like GogojOey, and if he tries to do the same thing that he does every time against GogojOey, he's gonna get kind of what's a polite way of saying this, Steel?
Stomped?
Counted. There we go. but a bit more intense than countered. So yeah, he is definitely experimenting. Again, it's been a long time since I saw a blink rush in PvZ. That's typically more of a PvT kind of thing, or even in PvP you see it a bit more often.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, StarDuck. It got inspired by today's parting, and also got inspired by 2014 parting. So kind of, it's kind of a weird inspiration pool here.
It's parting all the way down. He is the biggest sugar puppy bear, potentially, but. Yeah, definitely very excited to see StarDuck continue to refine these styles, especially that Tempest build in game number 1. I see a lot of potential over there, and I'm sure StarDuck as well is looking to analyze that as best he can.
Yeah, and GogojOey, playing his typical self. He was, strong mechanically, responded nicely to what StarDuck was going for. Very competent and just like, it was not going. These tactics were not going to happen. Not without a lot of practice by StarDuck.
And honestly, I was a little bit concerned for GogojOey. When we typically think of him as a player who wants to be the most active, out of the 3 Zerg players in the Zerg Muta Triangle, GogojOey is the one who's most comfortable dictating the pace of the game. And I honestly don't think I've seen him play reactive unless he's up against another member of the Zerg Muta Triangle. But yeah. This time he has been showing off. He can still play very reactive. He can. He knows how to go with the flow in that sense.
Yes, and now as our bracket is finally being updated here, you can see GogojOey waiting in the finals for either Beastork or Mio-Micah, which will be our next match. The semifinal, Mio-Micah versus Beastork.
What are we gonna get tonight, Steel? Are we gonna get that ZvP that we always see almost every week, or are we gonna see a PvZ?
I was waiting with that. I was like, no, let's not try and assume Mio-Micah is going to advance, so we can get another.
I honestly wouldn't. Not when he's up against somebody like Beastork, and Beastork has been popping off a lot recently. Yesterday, he made the run of his life, I feel. Or, not the run of his life, but definitely one of his best finishings in Grand Plampus Open in a long time, finishing 3rd place there. And he definitely made Mio-Micah work for that finals placement.
Yeah. And hopefully he learned something, and we can have a better showing from Beastork this time. Stomp Mio right here, right now. Before it gets to the finals.
No pressure, Beastork,